Hi, everybody. Welcome to Art 101, Art Appreciation. One of our goals through this semester is to give you the vocabulary that you need in order to read a piece of art. And just like you need to know letters and you need to know sounds and you need to know all of these things in order to read a book, there's a certain kind of vocabulary that you need in order to really read a piece of artwork. So besides that, we're also going to be looking at art and ethics, um, why people choose the materials that they do to make art, and the question of all times, why do we make art? So first, a little bit about myself. I'm Dr. Jackson. I have a doctorate in education. I spent 23 years teaching middle and high school art. I retired in 2020 and began teaching for East Central, and I love it. I especially like the online courses. My doctorate was a completely online program, so I understand some of the nuances and the difficulties that can come about from doing online coursework. My husband and I have been married for 23 years. Between the two of us, we have 4 children and 9 grandchildren. And so things at our house get pretty loud if and when we all are able to get together. Here's a picture of my family. For me, family is pretty much everything. They are my number one priority. And I want you to understand that I know some of you are probably older coming back to school and you have kids, and I understand family needs to come first. So anything that happens, you have problems, something like that, please reach out to me. Okay. Now, a little bit about the setup of the course. Each week, you're going to have an intro video similar to this, a list of chapter objectives, a discussion, a PowerPoint with a voiceover that covers the text materials. Now, it doesn't just cover text materials. So don't think that if you watch the PowerPoint, you don't have to read the text. There could be supplementary videos in there if it's applicable. There may be some additional assignments, and every chapter has a quiz. Now, timelines are strict. We do a lot in a short period of time. I know that when you take a class online, you have to be very disciplined with your time. So it's very, very important that you make sure you follow the due dates and those kinds of things. I believe I have most all of those in the calendar, so it should work out okay if you pay attention to the calendar. Please note that the discussion posts have very specific due dates. With each discussion, you're supposed to post an initial discussion post, which is basically your views on what the topic is. And then you are supposed to reply to 2 of your classmates. So all of the initial posts are due by noon on Thursdays. Okay. That gives everybody a chance to see what everybody has to say and to see which ones they want to respond to. Gives everybody a better chance to get a little bit more acquainted with each other, but it also sometimes helps to get some different viewpoints on things. Your 2 peer responses are due by 11:59 p.m. on Sundays. All assignments for a chapter are due by 11:59 on Saturdays. Okay? Please be considerate of others. Hold to those due dates. All right. Now, the first module that you'll see in there, the welcome module, is full of some really good tips for working with online courses, especially if you've never done an online course before. There's some very, very helpful hints in there. There are also a couple of pretty good ones on what is a good discussion response, how to respond to peers, those kinds of things. You might want to look over those. You're also going to see a section titled Gallery Visit Assignment Information. You have 2 gallery show analysis assignments. They're right there in the front, in the top, so don't expect to see them later on as we go down through the modules. These require you to go to a gallery either in person or virtually. These assignments are due toward the end of the semester, but I really wouldn't put them off if I were you, because you forget. Then all of a sudden you go, oh crap, I've got gallery assignments due, and everything snowballs right at the end. I've even given you some lists of some area galleries. And now that COVID's kind of calmed down, a lot of those places are open again. So you could do an in-person gallery. I've given you a list of virtual galleries that you could use. And this semester, the ECC gallery is going to reopen. So I've also put a list in there of what the gallery shows for the ECC gallery are going to be and when they are. Those gallery assignments not only help introduce you to a wide range of art and artists, but it also helps you keep up on your reading skills. You can also see the week 1 module. In the intro for each chapter, I'm going to give you some additional insight as to the chapter material that we're going to cover and reminders about anything that's coming due or anything that you need to pay attention to. I also have a little game that you can play for extra points. In each of the intros, there'll be an artwork hanging behind me. And if you can name the artwork and the artist, you will get an additional 5 points added to your discussion grades. Now, some former students earned as many as 65 extra points. It's kind of a no-brainer for a little bit of extra work. If you choose to play, you should email your responses to me. Don't put them in the discussion post because you don't want to give it away and let everybody know what. All right, so you can answer through either the Canvas email or through my ECC email. If you have any problems, sickness, something gets messed up, please let me know. I can't help you if I don't know that there's an issue. And I've had students who have just not done anything for 2 or 3 chapters. And then all of a sudden, then they talk to me and they say, oh, well, I couldn't do this, or I was sick, or whatever. So keep me up on those kinds of things. I am willing to work with you. But don't forget, you signed up for this class. And online classes are not, they're not easier than in-person classes. So you signed up for it, stick it out, do the work you need to do, and make sure that it's as much a priority as your in-person classes. Now, I'll talk to you about the final as we get a little further into the semester, but I look forward to meeting all of you in our intro, our welcome chapter, and I hope you enjoy the course.